Joe Hawley is known for including some very deep ideas in his songs, and he is famously obsessed with concepts like time, infinity, and death. But there is one obsession that seems to infiltrate Joe Hawley's work no matter where you look: 9/11. Now before I start this, if you haven't watched the music video for Variations on a Cloud, you should do it now, because it'll make much more sense. The link will be in the pinned comment, watch it. Variations on a Cloud tells the story of two people witnessing 9/11 happening and disagreeing about everything. Both of us see a cloud or whatever we may believe. They see what they want to see, and what they want to see are different things. And the lines where two words are overlapping and sung at once is the two different characters having different opinions. And they're usually the complete opposite opinions too. In this song alone, it's quite hard to know much about these characters, but the music video helps a lot. One is a white man who looks an awful lot like Joe Hawley, and the other, when paired with the lyrics, can be inferred to be a Muslim. And this is relevant because initially the first character just thinks that they're looking at a boring cloud, and the other one thinks it's Allah or God, floating beyond the sky showing him everything, as opposed to floating inside the sky and showing him nothing. Basically what the first character is saying here is that they weren't a victim of 9/11, they were in the clearing, so does it really matter to them? They mention Caligula, a Roman emperor, and also Shangri-La, which basically is the idea of heaven on earth. So basically what he's saying is where he was at the time was paradise compared to being in the towers. He might as well have been trapped like an emperor. And so the first character that has these beliefs is kind of used to represent everyone who wasn't a victim of 9/11. The next important thing to say is a little bit less related and also a bit confusing, so I'm going to try and explain my theory in the best way I can. First of all, he starts making some very obvious references to Jesus. Miracle worker, walking the water, etc. And I think that so soft on the rain basically means he's walking on clouds. But why is that so significant? Well, I hope you're ready for a very short RE lesson from a 16-year-old. According to Christianity, God came to earth in the form of Jesus to spread messages about God in a way that people will understand. He basically formed a bridge between humanity and God and acted like a messenger. And I think that these lines tell a very similar story. Here, Jesus is forming a bridge to allow people in the towers to go to the afterlife and see God, ascending to heaven after they were unjustly killed, just like Jesus was when he was crucified. Also, by the way, I'm not religious and I don't know if Joe Hawley is, but when I read those lines, that seemed to make a lot of sense. Then Joe makes a very dark play on words with the phrase, "the sky's the limit," by instead saying the surface a limit because you don't fall to the sky, which is a clear reference to all the people who jumped from the towers, not to mention jump to end it all from earlier. And now we have the best part of the song, and I have a lot to go through. First of all, the Muslim character is experiencing racism after the attacks, and the non-Muslim character is sitting on the fence, meaning he doesn't know how to feel. It's pretty much "does it even matter to me" from earlier. And then the ruler of everything is introduced, but with slightly different lyrics. Now at first I didn't really see the point in introducing Ruler of Everything. I thought Joe just did it because it was a good bit of music and he wanted to reuse it again. And that's most likely where you stand on it as well, but I'm gonna change your opinion, I hope. I think that this part of the song is representing how feelings or memories can change or warp over time. I mean, after all, the Ruler of Everything is just about time. And after 9/11, the world changed. So many people didn't know how to feel. Their faces ticked like a clock, showing a new emotion every second. Our non-Muslim protagonist now feels like he has a wonderful life. Even though nothing in his life has changed, he now appreciates the fact that he's not dead. And finally, not only did multiple people who worked on Ruler of Everything also work on Variations on a Cloud, but it's clear that both songs mean a lot to Joe. And it might just be me, but I sense that passion through this part of the song, because the lyrics flow so well and these two songs mix together so perfectly. It's almost as if it was intentional. And finally, to finish off the song and fit the theme of both Ruler of Everything and Variations on a Cloud, Joe only asks one thing.